Today on the Eating on a Dime show, we're making blackened chicken and homemade blackened seasoning. Hi guys, today I'm making blackened chicken and a homemade blackened seasoning. So if you've ever had any kind of blackened food, let me know below. We love it. And what's great about it is you can either increase the seasoning or decrease the seasoning according to how your family likes spice. So on eatingonadime.com, you can get both of these recipes, but we also have blackened salmon and blackened tilapia. So if you go to your favorite restaurant and you like blackened anything, you probably have ordered it a lot. But people tend to be a little bit nervous about making it at home. But we're gonna show you that it's so easy to do at home. Unbelievably easy. And you probably have everything that you need at home already. So, okay, let's go. Step one, we're gonna make the homemade blackened seasoning. You just make this and you keep it in a little container, kind of like we do with our taco seasoning, because that way you can control your salt intake or whatever you want, you know. So that's what we're gonna do first. Now, to get both of these recipes, I'm using them literally, I printed them off from eatingonadime.com. You can get both of these recipes in the link in the description right below this video, or just go to eatingonadime.com and search blackened seasoning and blackened chicken. Again, you can also search blackened salmon, blackened tilapia. Yummy! Where's my hearts at, guys, if you like blackened food? Okay, so let's get going. Step one, we're gonna make the seasoning. I have all my seasonings here. They look so pretty in little bowls. Thank you, Christina. And then we need paprika, salt. Now, one of the biggest complaints when people make this is they're like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of salt. Blackened seasoning does have a lot of salt in it, but you can pick. You could do pink Himalayan salt, white salt. You could cut it in half as well. That's what's great about making your own seasoning, is that you pick what's in it. Okay, then we're gonna do parsley, pepper, oh, right there, garlic salt, onion, and cayenne, and oregano. That's it. That's how simple it is. You probably already have all of those ingredients at home. We're going to mix this together. Done, right? Then I like to use, it just depends. You can decide on your seasonings what you like, because tilapia you're gonna need less because it's a smaller item than like chicken. So let's get going. Let me clean this up and let me show you how to actually make the blackened chicken. Get out of my way, seasonings. Okay, move this out of the way. So what I'm gonna do first is, let's chat a little bit. I have let me turn this back on. I do recommend that you use a cast iron skillet if you got one, a regular skillet. So when you're making blackened chicken, you're going to basically let it sit longer than you normally would before you flip it on a regular chicken if you were making regular skillet chicken. Like think if you're going to make chicken on a skillet, you're going to brown it for like 2 minutes on each side and then let it simmer. With blackened chicken, we're going to let it stay on the same side for like 5 minutes because you want to get that crispy, delicious blackened seasoning on it before you flip it. Hopefully that makes sense. So a regular non-stick skillet cannot handle the high heat that you need, which is why we say go ahead and use a cast iron. My sister had a good idea too. You could also throw this on your grill. You're not going to get quite as pretty of a crust, but it's still going to work great because it gets high enough heat for you. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take some chicken. I'm going to do 2 chicken breasts on this video. If your chicken is super thin, go ahead and fillet it or pound it out thin. Do that. Then we're going to take some vegetable oil. Now you can do butter or vegetable oil, but what you're going to do is you're just going to brush it on the chicken so that way your seasoning will stick. So I'm just going to pour just a little bit on there. That way I don't contaminate this with chicken. And I'm going to use a pastry brush and just brush it all over one side. Okay. Super easy so far, right? I know it seems like this is complicated because I'm talking a lot, but I just want to make sure like you get completely how to make blackened chicken. Then we're going to do I like to do for my chicken breast, I like to do about, let me make sure I'm correct on this, a half a tablespoon per chicken. So I'm going to need a half a tablespoon per side on this because I have 2 chickens. That's math right there for you. So again, this is going to give you a lot of blackened seasoning. I did that math right? So half a tablespoon, making sure that's correct. And then I'm going to sprinkle it over the chicken. And then I'm going to kind of brush it on there, get it all on there. Now, if you do not like super spicy blackening, you just want some of the flavor, I'd probably cut that in half. Don't know if I would add more. This is pretty spicy. It's pretty delicious. But we'll talk about at the end of the video, we're going to talk about ways to use this chicken that you get the spicy, delicious flavor, but how we can kind of calm it down. Don't worry. Stay tuned. Okay, so that's done. Let me pull this. I'm using like a stovetop cooker so that way you can see, because doing the video over there isn't really going to help you. Okay, so we got this moved over. Again, we're going to do a little bit of vegetable oil in the pan just so the chicken doesn't completely stick. Now, do not use olive oil. And the reason is olive oil can't handle the high heat. So you want to do vegetable oil or butter. You do you, or like canola oil, right? Getting that all around. Take my tongs. Oh wait, I forgot to flip this and do the other side, guys. That's okay. We can do it real quick. You want both sides done. And technically you could probably do this once it's inside the pan, but it's going to be hot, so I don't want to. Take another tablespoon, sprinkle it on. I know you're like, this is way more work than Carrie usually does. That's okay. It is worth it, and we're going to talk about why. Okay. Then we're going to put the chicken in the pan. Oop, look at that. See how delicious this looks? Tell me that looks good. Now, I have this on high heat, the highest heat it can go, and we're going to let it sit. It's going to take 5 to 6 minutes. I want to make sure it's super crispy on that side before I flip the chicken. You're going to think, when you go to the recipe on eatonadime.com, you're probably going to think that it's burnt. It's not burnt. That's how it's supposed to look. And that's why you don't want to use olive oil, because then you'll get a burnt taste instead of the delicious blackened seasoning flavor. Okay, so 5 to 6 minutes, and then we're going to flip it. Now, how to serve this. One of my favorite ways is to make an Alfredo sauce and stir it in with fettuccine, and then slice up your blackened chicken, and then you top it on top of a bed of fettuccine Alfredo. And the reason I like that is if you have people who don't like as spicy foods as I do, the fettuccine, the creamy fettuccine sauce helps to balance out the spicy sauce. So any kind of cream sauce will help to balance it out. Actually, one of the restaurants that I used to love to go to, I would always get blackened chicken fettuccine Alfredo. Christina, do you have any other ways to serve your blackened chicken?
It's great on the salad.
Yeah, it's great on the salad because you don't need a lot of dressing because it has a lot of flavor. It's great just to eat as is.
Dump a little pico on it.
Dump a little pico on it. It's too soon to look. But see, let me show you. See it so far? Not ready. It's not ready yet, guys. I'm basically breaking my own rules. Don't slide it around. Uh-oh, the cayenne on my nose. Huh? I don't own the rights to that song. That sounds like the real thing. Okay, guys, if you have an idea on how you would serve blackened chicken, actually, let's do a vote real quick. Chicken, salmon, or tilapia? Which one would you like to try first? Okay, see, we're starting to get there. Again, I'm breaking my own rules, but I just kind of wanted to show you. Oh yeah, we're starting to get the blackened look. Look at that. Let's get excited. Anybody? 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 I'm at 4 literally want to time it about the 5 to 6 minutes. You don't want it burnt, but you don't want it not flick. I'm gonna stay on just a couple more minutes, guys, and then I'll go. I promise I'm not gonna be here all day. Okay, so people who have gone to eatingonadime.com and have looked at the recipe, one of the biggest comments people have said for the homemade blackened seasoning is, whoa, crazy woman, that's a lot of salt. It has 1 tablespoon, no, that's salt, 2 tablespoons of salt. That's a lot of salt, you're right, except for, look how much I have left. Like, this is enough for about 20 servings. So a tablespoon is actually 2 tablespoons, right? It's actually not a lot of salt when you divide it by 20. So don't freak out by the seasoning. It's made that way for a reason, to get that delicious, amazing blackened seasoning that you're gonna love. Okay, guys, how are we doing on time? Oh. You are? Okay, I'm flipping it, guys. I'm calling it, because look at this piece. Look at this. Come on, look at that beautiful color. Isn't that so pretty? Get it? Nobody? Nobody?
I'm excited.
All right, Christina, are you guys excited? I need you to hit that heart button. This is what we're having for lunch, guys. Click the heart button, friends.
Oh, I said blackened shrimp.
Oh, blackened shrimp. My daughter just had that at a restaurant. Look at that beautiful color. It's so pretty. It's delicious. It's going to be good. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. That's how easy it is to make homemade blackened seasoning and blackened chicken. Thanks so much for being excited. Thanks so much for joining me. Remember, go to eatingonadime.com and search blackened seasoning and blackened chicken to get both of these recipes today. It's that easy to make restaurant quality blackened chicken at home. Make sure you go to the link in the description to learn how to make blackened chicken and blackened seasoning. I will see you next time for another Eat on a Dime show. Bye, friends.